Hi, I'm Robert.
And I'm John, and we are the Generation X Men.
Hi, I'm Robert. Almost forgot how to do it.
Yeah, we've been a little out of practice.
How you doing, buddy?
Been a few weeks.
Yeah, it has. How you doing? And welcome,
I'm doing
everybody.
all right,
And
man.
before we get started, I want to say Happy Memorial Day, and don't forget about what today is. And what is that, John?
Today's Sunday.
Yeah, but it's
Memorial.
Monday. Yeah, it's Memorial Weekend. Yeah.
Right. And
forget to pay your respects.
You want to remember your veterans and
Veterans, please.
People that have served, and more importantly, and sadly have lost their lives in the process of it. But
yeah, for our freedoms.
Remember the people who actually gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
Exactly right. Anyway, on with that. A lot has been happening. A lot has been going on. My goodness, it's been a while. Campbell, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for being here.
Well, I'm supposed to be here. I'm on the show. Oh, Campbell. Oh, you're talking to Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell's here. Hey, buddy.
And thanks, Campbell. I just posted in our couple of chats that we have.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll get a couple people in. But we're just we haven't done this in about 4 weeks now.
Yeah, a month. It's been a month.
Yeah. So
summertime here.
Yeah, we took a little break, and now we're going to try to get back into it.
Yep. Well, yeah, long time no see. Yes. Sorry. Summertime here. You get stuck in winter in the house all day long. It's nice to get outside. We're finally getting some warm weather. So, but yeah. So a lot has been happening with you, and I've been getting caught up on shows. I know I'll probably be asked, but I'm loving Obi-Wan Kenobi so far.
And I haven't watched it yet, but I did finally watch Morbius.
Yes, and was it as bad as you thought it was?
Bad.
See, I told you. I don't understand that. I really don't.
I mean,
you could crack on all the DC movies like crazy.
It wasn't nearly as bad as what people all led into. It's like, oh, this is terrible, this is crap. But I like the Venom movies.
Yeah,
people thought they would. You have you have certain people that they're going to be negative regardless.
Exactly.
But
they're still fun. It was definitely
fun. I didn't see a big problem with Morbius. I thought it was all right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what
it wasn't like the best movie I'd ever seen or anything.
No, but it was still for me as a fan. It was
all right.
Yeah. But let me see, what else was there? You went to a con last week. A bunch of my buddies went to the con in Florida.
Yeah, we were at MegaCon last week, and that was big. It was a little mega. It was huge and sold out on Saturday, and lines were crazy just to get in the building.
Right.
So I mean, you had people snaking through a queue they may have spent an hour in that queue just trying to get in. And they got to meet.
Well, you had some pretty good
few
signings
people,
too, though.
so-
You met a couple of people that I liked. You also met a few friends of mine down there, which is cool.
I met Jeff, Cantonese Comic Kid. I met Comics
Nice.
with Jeweler. I met Steve.
Steve Lighting, cool.
Yeah. And I mean, I had to meet Steve. They made me, but you know.
I love it. Steve's a brother of mine. He's so cool.
And so I met Hialeah, Comic
Awesome.
Bro. He was super cool. All of them were great. And I met Cookie.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
I met Just a Little Podcast.
Yeah, Chris.
And,
Nice.
He's the one that kind of said, "Hey, we're over here," and you know, he's like, I want to meet my LCS, so you know, we hooked up, and I brought all his books down. I'm like, here you go, get the. I saved you shipping. I drove them down. Here you go.
There you go.
But yeah, that was really cool. But and then you know, Cookie went one direction, and everybody else went another direction, and I never saw Cookie again.
Yeah, he was lost.
He was absorbed by the monstrous mega crowd, and yeah. As far as I know, he's still there. I don't.
Yeah. He called me from one of the. I think he called me from one of the outside the con with him and his buddy, and they had called me and they did a live video show, and that was pretty cool, showing some of the stuff he had found down there.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Jeff, buddy, what is up? How you doing?
How you doing, Jeff?
Oh, look who else showed up in the chat. Yo, Travis. Very cool. Was it cool seeing that?
Yeah, we were just talking about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the times down there are wrong, but you know, because it's definitely not 2 p.m., 3 p.m., but we're a little late today.
3 p.m. Where? What times? Where was the time?
On
time?
Your banner down here. The banner right here.
Oh, the banner is incorrect.
It's okay.
Well, that's usually when we start. That's
usually
start.
Yeah.
We're just running a little late today. That's all. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, as usual, I don't think we have a whole lot planned for today. We're just gonna chat and catch up, and
definitely.
We did start watching the new Stranger Things, and we're on episode 3.
We binge watched it. Me and the Queen. We loved it.
We didn't have time to binge all the way through it, but we're on episode 3, and we like it so far. It's a different way to go than they've gone before. It's a lot darker.
Yeah, you know what I like about it though? It's bringing back up our childhood memories of the Goonies and a bunch of other shows we watched when we were kids, and it all deals in the 80s. I mean, roller skating.
Yeah,
come on.
I love.
I was in that whole thing, roller skating, and me and the Queen were just loving it. We're smiling every time.
Yeah, the roller skate ring, the incident that happened there, I was like, I don't see anything wrong with that. She had it coming.
The soundtrack,
she had
all
it
the
coming.
music they're playing in it in the 80s, man. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me
but yeah, it's just it's a great show so far. So I'm enjoying that one. Like I said, watch Morbius. Morbius was good. Don't see a problem with why everybody's saying Morbius is it's the terriblest thing ever. It's just awful.
It's an origin story. Did you get that from it? Origin story of who he is.
I mean, he became Morbius, and I mean, he didn't want to do the whole blood sucking thing. And it came into him finding his powers. And I saw the echolocation stuff that you were talking about.
I loved that. I thought that was cool. I think right from the Batman movie.
Why are they splitting up the season of Stranger Things?
I have no idea. I seen that too. The next one's coming out in July.
So that you don't get Netflix for 1 month and then drop it.
Of course, they want you to be subscribed to them. Of course, I get it too.
They want to keep their people.
Oh, that's like why I was really happy when we were watching Obi-Wan last night. I didn't know there was a second episode, so they do 2 parts. They do a 1 and 2. But they're only doing 6 parts of that show, so they show you first 2.
Okay,
I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm not going to give away any spoilers because I really want people to watch it. And so it's going to be supposedly 6 episodes. Loved it. Me and the Queen loved it. Can't wait to watch with our granddaughter. You'll see why. But yeah, love the direction they're going with it. I like the actor McGregor.
Right.
I think he's
Ewan
awesome.
McGregor.
So, yep, awesome.
Yeah.
Let me see. There's been a lot of things. Getting my collection that much organized. It's been driving me crazy, John. Well, it's like supplies the last 6 months have been ridiculous. It's hard to come by, because of everything going on. I
Very.
found a decent deal out there. Big shout out to Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. And got some nice, what I think are what I would call very nice OPP. I would call them nylon plastic. Almost almost like Mylars.
Okay.
The comic book liners. I like them. I ordered 1,000 of them, and yeah, excellent. But everything comes in spurts. It's like 1 month they don't have this, the next month they don't have that. So you got to like order ahead of time, this, and this, and it just comes in.
Yep, I understand.
Yeah. Now I just got to get the stuff cataloged, organized, because half of it's cataloged, the rest of it is not, and there's just so much. But on a better note, you have as well. I actually got my Claire. Did you get Claire's stuff? I have all of her stuff in front of me.
Claire Meath's stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I've got it. I don't
Big
have the
shout
book
out to
here
her.
in front of me, but I've got
Big shout out to her.
That's the alternate cover.
Yep. Here's the other one. Yep.
Yep. That's the A cover, which she did that A cover. That thing is awesome looking.
Oh yeah.
And in the Kickstarter, the thing is in the Kickstarter, do you know how much the cover sold for? It was like $300.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yep.
And I was too late on that one. I wasn't able to get it, but she did.
Yeah, sure. I got mine too. I'll blow you up.
So the one she sent, this is the one I ended up getting.
Yeah, dude.
And this one was actually in the Kickstarter video. But the reason she sent me this one is because that's a remnant of my name right there. I mean, not intentionally. My name is just a German name. So
it's still cool, dude. I think I noticed it right away because I read the book and I love her little. What's cool about it is her subtleties in the book. And it's all in the writing. Like an example, I noticed it right away on one of the pages in the doctor's office. There's books on her desk. And I noticed, is that Moreau? I was just thinking, Dr. Monroe? The island of Dr. Moreau? And it stirs anything. When you read the rest of it, I love history. So it's like, she nailed it right away. I mean, I got her book, loved it. This book was, so Clara, excellent work.
Yeah, it is really, her artwork is phenomenal. And
here's the frame. Here's the piece I got from her book.
Move it over a little more. Can't see. Okay, so you got the pencils.
Yeah, the pencil ones. Yep. And that came out of her book. This is really cool. Love original work. So that's pretty cool. What did you get? Did you have yours?
Yeah, mine is actually right after that one.
Yeah, there it is. Yep, there it is. Right after the next page. Yep.
Yeah, so after he drops down out of the ceiling that you just showed.
Yeah, right there. That's pretty neat.
Oh no! That's later on. That's where he's running away.
Yep.
And they're shooting at him. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to give anything away because we really want you to go buy her book.
You really want to read this book. It's really.
Go to her IG. She's got an IG account as well, and she's actually has this for sale. This is excellent, you guys. It's so good. It's black and white.
And this it's black and white, but that's the detail level of her art.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's like this the whole way through. We've been watching her draw this and ink it out for the past 9 months,
at least. Yeah, she's been working really hard. And see, I'm a fan of her too because I have a lot of her original work. Her other books that she had.
Oh, you're talking about the Conqueror Worm.
Conqueror Worm. Hang on. I'm pulling them out right now because I got them on my shelf.
He's too far away. We can't hear him right now. But
This is all clear as well. What's that, bud?
nothing.
Shut up. There's one. She's done. She did this.
Okay. Yeah. Devil's Red Bride.
Yeah, she did this. She also did this. This was good too. That's all her work.
Right.
Well done. But yeah, go support your local artist. And she's part of the community. She's been in the community for a long time. That's a very good story. I don't want to give anything away. I wish I could, but I want people to buy it.
And it was her own story. It was her.
Yes. Excellent story.
It had been floating around in her head for years, and she wrote it out. She had some time. She did the Kickstarter, got enough to support herself doing it, and did it. So
congratulations. Yeah,
I think she ended up raising like right around 12,000 on Kickstarter to do that book.
Yep.
And yeah. It was a great story and a great read, and glad I got to be a part of it. So
me too. We're gonna have to have her on again as well.
Oh yeah, she's already asked. So good,
excellent. So definitely want her on.
No, we're both wearing Punisher shirts. I didn't even notice that.
Isn't that? That's kind of coincident. What's
up? Not that crappy new logo either.
Yeah. Yo, Scott, buddy, my brother. Hey, what is up? How you doing, buddy?
How are you doing, Scott?
I got my ears lowered. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not having stuff show up in chat.
Really? It's showing up. I gotta sit here and let's refresh the chat. I'm refreshing that.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, I'm seeing it on the StreamYard side, but not the other side.
Yeah, that's exactly
going good, Scott. How are you doing?
Okay, that's odd.
So, yeah.
Anyway, there's been so much. Been getting overloaded on a few things. Been reading a lot. I've been getting some of the books that I read that I got from you that I've read. Some very interesting. All right, here's the difference, you guys. Now you wonder why we call this Generation X for us old guys. Okay, here's a perfect example when we talk about everybody has their different genres. Every 10 years, every 20 years, there's a different generation that experiences a different thing in their generation, whether it's comic books or reading or whatever. Now, I enjoy reading comic books and I enjoy pictures as well. I mean, it's okay. Usually that's where I'm noticing that mangas have really taken off. And if you look, I know, and I like mangas, but there has to be really good art or something I'm really enjoying. Okay.
Right.
Because mostly a manga is pictures, very little words. Okay. A perfect example of this. I enjoyed this. I thought I was looking at an art book. There was I bet you less than 10 words in the whole book. Step by Bloody Step.
Okay.
I was wow.
I don't really consider that a manga kind of book. But
I was explaining the difference like a manga. Okay. This is mostly pictures, the whole book, almost the whole book.
I got some blanks of that one because I thought, as soon as I saw it, I thought that would look really cool with an Iron Giant on the front of it. So.
Yeah, seriously though, I enjoy it. I think the art was great. But that's an example. There's no story. The story you're getting in the art form. I like that. I think that's a cool, So I'm not saying it's
bad. The kid doesn't talk, does he?
No. Right, it's all blah, 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 blah in a different language. It's like you see squiggly lines and stuff.
Well, I think it was like almost like a caveman kind of mentality of the child.
Right. And a different civilization. I mean, it's not bad. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if this was Sticky Goose. What is up? So nice to see you. William Albright's in the house as well. Yo, what's up? How you doing,
and
buddy?
On Albright, happy birthday, Albright.
Well, you're getting a day older. How's it feel, old man? You're not gonna feel old until your kid gets older. That's when you start feeling old. How you doing, William? Happy birthday, buddy. How old did he turn? 20?
I don't know.
William, we love you, buddy. Sticky Goose, nice to see you, buddy. Another daddy, young daddy. Awesome. All right. Anyway, it wasn't bad. Now I don't know if this is a one shot or if they're going to continue this. Are they going to continue this?
I thought it was a 3-parter.
Is it a 3-parter? I think I'm subscribed to it. So I'm definitely going to get them. Yeah, definitely. But that's an example of what I'm talking about. Trying not to go down too much of the trying to categorize.
Mm-hmm.
People get all offended when you say millennials and X-Gen and all that
No,
stuff.
only millennials get offended when you say millennials.
But
well,
it's
you know,
cool.
and the thing is people can only compare things to what they know.
Right,
we compare things to the 70s and 80s because we were there. And so we were like, that was a happy time and it was good. And so I want everything to be like that. And people that live now compare things to what they know, which was what they thought was a happy time, but it really wasn't.
Okay. So showing that now, you know how I like history and comics and that kind of thing.
Right.
Well, I blame you because I love you for it because you got this for me and it was kind of like a whim. This is called Anity.
Yeah.
Okay. What John did not know is when I opened this and read this until I showed him, it's so cool, you guys. If you like vampires and stuff like this, what's cool about this is they did their homework. The writer did his homework. This is my reader copy, so I am going to use my no gloves. So if Monty, you show up, too bad. This is my reader copy. I believe in touching my books, but this is really cool, John. I want to show the public this. This is interesting. I'll blow this up here really quick. I want to show what's cool about this. So when you flip it, yeah, it's a redhead cover, but what do you think this is about?
Oh, it looks like vampires.
Yeah, maybe, right? But here's what you get. There is 2 pages. Look how small that print is.
That's too small for you to even read.
Oh, well, I read it. The whole thing. There's 2 pages. That is the writer, and his name is Mark Ryan. He did it April 25th, 2016. Now, what this story is about is one of those historical moments. We've all known, like I have always had my fascination with the Dracula lore and vampire. I usually collect a lot of vampire comics, usually. And I like this. This was actually a good representation of Elizabeth Bathory. Now, if anybody knows who Elizabeth Bathory was, she was a duchess in Transylvania at the time. And I guess you could call her a notorious serial killer. Okay. She killed this is the thing that they can't come to an agreement on. It's like, yeah, she hurt a lot of women, and it was pretty brutal. But the vampire lore is always focused around this story about this female Elizabeth Bathory along with Vlad the Impaler and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, artwork is subject, it's great. It's okay. It was a read. It was a nice read. I enjoyed it. So for all you vampire lovers or want to know about who Elizabeth Bathory was, look her up. It'll give you little chills in the back of your neck if you like that kind of story. That was a very good book, John. So I want to say thank you very much. I did order 2 of them, so it was a very good read. Anything on your part? Anything you've been reading?
Well, I was in. No. Not that I can think of right away, but I was in a couple panels while I was down there. I wasn't on the panel, obviously, but I was in a couple panels. I can't remember if it was. I think it was in the Monsters After Dark panel.
Ooh,
but I don't know if you've heard yet, but Conan is getting pulled from Marvel.
Why?
The company that owns Conan is taking it back.
Really? But does that mean Disney is getting it?
No, they never owned it.
No, but I heard about Disney trying to get the rights to it
Oh, I
because
mean, if they do, then Marvel will get it right back. But
just like the Alien and Predator line, they've been
the
trying to work
main
on that
company
too.
that owns Conan is pulling Conan back after their contract ends, and they're going to start doing the Conan comics themselves.
Oh, let's hope.
So,
Let's not
and
go
and they were
little
kind of
magic wands.
bummed because that Conan is part of the Savage Avengers.
Right,
So
right.
it's more like the integral part of the Savage Avengers, and they're like, well, hopefully we can get it to where, um, we can have crossovers and kind of things. Do I think it's a good thing? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I would like to see Conan be done like the Sumerian, like
Yeah,
the
me
Sumerian
too.
comic.
Because
So
people forget about this is the thing that blows me away. Have you noticed this? The redo of some of these characters, even in the comics and the stuff, and you're noticing like you don't give Conan a wand and expect him to be nice. He's a conqueror. I mean, what is the mentality there? As an example of this as well, look at Berserker.
mm-hmm.
The Keanu Reeves story. That's a whole like kind of a starts in the caveman days, and it's a barbaric, it's Conan-ish. That's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, I would like to see Conan go back to the way Conan was. When
Yes,
Marvel first did
agreed.
Conan, way back
That's
when
who it was.
Conan was started,
Mm-hmm.
Conan was Conan the Barbarian.
Yep. And I
And
know if
now
DB
he's
watches this on the rewind, he totally agree with this as well. Same thing with Stay Puff. They're both big Conan fans as well, with a lot of majority. It's amazing how his name and the collecting in general of Conan in the last 9-10 years has gotten popular all of a sudden, where nobody gave a shit about that book for years. You could find long boxes of Conan, literally for like 50
in the
cents.
magazines, the
Yeah,
Conan magazine, the Conan
absolutely.
magazines. If you want to see violent Conan,
Awesome.
go
They
look
were
at those magazines.
awesome.
And they drew Conan in the 70s like Conan was supposed to be.
Great.
He didn't care. So,
Great.
but yeah, that was one of the things that they kind of dropped. And I'm not sure if they dropped it accidentally or if it
Right.
was just kind of because there was a couple things that were accidentally dropped and they were like, oh, yeah, whatever.
Of course. Of
What are
course.
they going to do? Fire me?
Yeah, keep him interested. That's good. That's awesome.
But it was funny. I was in a panel and it was Donnie Cates and Frank Thierry and Ryan Stegman and who was the other one that was in there? And Ryan Otley.
Very cool.
And so when you come into the panel, there was these balloon statues around. This company that had made balloon statues of like Harley Quinn and Batman and all this stuff. And there's a Harley Quinn balloon statue up on the stage. And Frank Thierry's like, yeah, I stole that from the lobby. But when we're leaving, it starts raining like crazy. So I've got to take this walkway all the way back around to the hotel, and it's like a 25-minute walk. So I'm talking to my wife on the phone on the way back, and I hear two people talking behind me, and I kind of glance back, and it's Donnie Cates and Frank Thierry walking behind me. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna call you back. Click. So I hang up with her, and I turn around and say, just tell him, hey, really appreciate your guys' work. That was, it was a really good panel, blah, blah, blah. And they had called the convention center had called the cops because somebody had stole that, and the police had showed up. So
really? At the con you were just at? Really?
Yeah, because Thierry had taken it from the lobby, and the convention center had called the police because somebody stole it.
Wow.
And so Frank Thierry was like, pew!
Wow. Wow. So how were those panels? I know you spent a lot of money. You said you spent more money than you wanted to.
Well, I mean, it was all allocated money, but the panels were good. The panels really weren't that expensive for Monsters After Dark, for Cates, Thierry, Stegman, and Otley. 3 signatures a piece. It was $100 for the panel.
See, I hear a lot of complaints about signatures, from artists, but I look at it this way. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah,
If you're going to spend $200 for a signature and it's worth it to you, they got to make a money living somehow.
well, okay, yeah.
Some of them get pretty high.
Okay, well, Clayton Crane's got high.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That one got high. He does one now called a Galaxy Remark. It's
Right.
actually a sheet that has different signatures on it.
Right.
And then you choose off that sheet which one you want. The Galaxy signature is actually a Remark.
Wow.
And it is. And if you get that one graded, it's like $175 for the signature.
Sure.
And so, yeah, when I had my books signed by him, I thought they were like $20, $25 a piece. And she turned the thing around. It was like $500. I was like,
yeah.
it was how much?
Yeah.
But
you had a blast. Zach had a blast.
Zach can spend money just like I can. So
yeah,
but we both kind of keep each other in check. He'll be like, no, we shouldn't have done that.
I'm curious. Your son, what was his big? What was your son Zach's big thing there?
What did he really want to do?
What was he most excited about at the con? I was curious.
Well, we were really trying to get a lot of stuff sent off,
right.
Even stuff that we had that was already signed to get it yellow labeled, have the signature authenticated. Right. And we got there and we went to the CBCS booth and we met all those guys, and so they could put a name with a face kind of thing, because we've talked for a while. And their prices had gone up. And they really, I mean, when you're talking like you went from 25 to 30 and then 15 to 25, it's not a huge jump. But when you're turning in, 60 books, it's like, okay, well, that changes my budget a lot.
Yep. Of course it does.
So
they got to stay competitive with CGC, because CGC raised their prices last year, I think, didn't they? This last year?
I would say they had to do something to change, but they also changed their tiers, and I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to do what you got to do to stay in the market.
Of course.
And their tier now is from 1975 to 2000, and then from 2001 to present. So those basically changed their tiers around. So the newer tier is a $25 grade, I think, and the older tier is I think I'm saying that right. It might be a 20 and 25 or 25 and 30.
Okay.
So, and then right before the con, Steve Borick announced that he was going to Lone Star Comics, which is my comic shop, and
I like Lone Star. Yep.
So I texted him and told him, congratulations on that, and good luck, and I said, I was really hoping to meet you before, before you were done. And he's like, well, I have a better chance of meeting you now. And I talked with Daryl at CBCS, and he said Steve Borick would come in before anybody else, and he would leave 16 hours later. He would sit at his desk and he would grade.
Wow.
6 to 7 days a week.
Wow.
He said he had no time off. He was grading books.
Yeah.
Constantly. He said, and he took the other job just to get a break.
Yep.
Just because he wanted weekends off. That's
of course.
So I don't blame him for that.
And what people forget too, though, wasn't he one of the original creators of CGC?
Yeah, well, yeah, he was one of the originals of CGC. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what people
created the grading scale. So
yeah. What was that? Steve do something.
Oh, and actually, I got an AOK from Jeff and from Steve and from
that's cool.
Hialeah.
Very, very cool.
And that was very cool. It was a fear.
Nice. I seen that. Yeah. That was first thing. The first thing.
Man thing. It was supposed to be the first. I think it was the first full story.
Exactly. Yep.
So not first appearance,
right?
Not first full appearance, but first full story.
Right. The whole I know that run because of my issues up there in issue 20 through 31, which is Morbius.
It was really cool, and we didn't expect it. We looked at it and we were like, no, we're not going to get it. But
Yeah, you did.
No, Campbell, that's not with paying extra to get them back sooner. That's just the normal grading price. So Campbell and I sent stuff in February. So,
Right.
um, we'll see that September, October, November, December, January,
Okay.
February.
Yeah. Probably right.
Yeah, but I asked him when I sent this stuff off, it's like, so how long is it going to be? And he's like, probably 36 weeks. I mean, you're talking 9 months. Easy. Yeah, the 12 to 16 week turnaround is gone because it's everybody getting
I'm
back into
noticing a lot of
cons.
the newer books are being pushed through like big time. You're saying
Your mic's facing the wrong way.
Is that better?
Closer.
Is that better?
Really?
Really? How's that?
I don't know. Keep talking. I'll tell you.
Am I still mumbling? There now? We're good now?
I can hear you. It's just not as loud as it was.
All right.
Just yell.
Come on, man. I think it's time to change. Get a new mic. Hello. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right. Sound good. All right, cool. Yo. Hold on. Let me get caught up.
What? I can't hear you, bad signal.
Oh my goodness. Yo, bad signal. Let me get caught up here. Where are we? Yeah. I'm on Facebook. I'm streaming at Facebook at the same time. There we go. You just a bigger.
So,
so there's more. I do have a couple more things.
do it. Show it.
I've been collecting. You know how I like my House of Secrets,
Right.
Secret House of Mysteries, all those. I've been working on those runs slowly, but I also, by the way, I also got the trade. I'm very happy with that. I'm sorry, John. Wow. You know what? It's on my desk. Hang on.
And I'm by myself. So, hi, everybody. How are you all doing? So, while he's gone, we are planning on going to Heroes Con here next month. That will be June 24th to June 26th. That's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of artists at Heroes. And G's back.
Sorry, bud. It's been a while, so I'm kind of a little unorganized. I got things both areas. So a big shout out to I gotta say this because we got into a little bit of history earlier on. And this is a big shout out to Sticky Goose. Sticky Goose, I want to say thank you. I had bought some books from him a while ago, and he sent me a box in the mail with some comics. And apparently I won his drawing.
Okay.
And he sent me a thick cover. This is really cool, John. I'm enjoying this. The art is not, again, history. Now we're going down this kind of horror theme for some reason, because this just seems to be what I like.
Right.
But I got this big book from him, and this is it. Big old thick book by Alan Moore. And everybody knows Alan Moore is. What did he do? Swamp Thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And it's won tons of awards. The art, like I said, subjective. But what's cool is this is what I'm loving about this book. I've gone through about half of it. And at the very end of this, right here, has anybody ever read the classic stories of newspaper clippings of Jack the Ripper? Okay. This, in the back of this book, are newspaper articles. Every newspaper article that was written about Jack the Ripper. Now, what they did is they created a horror story out of this legendary killer.
Oh, okay.
And it's good. It was creepy though. And this is why it creeps me out, because they never found the guy. It's all been subjective,
They had an idea of who he was.
An idea of what he was. But when the interesting thing was, I told you this story, a buddy of mine used to clean houses, clean attics and stuff. And he was ripping out walls and redoing some wall work. And this lady I don't know, lived there for 90 years or more. He ripped out one of these walls and found all these old newspapers in the walls. They were like in perfect condition. And he had it. He took it and he sealed it in a sealed glass. It was an actual newspaper from the London Times, the big old newspaper. Back then, talk about censorship. They didn't censor anything in their writing. You read it and got the visual in your head, reading the newspaper. And then some of them were very graphic, but it's that classic black and white fence post with a figure looking underneath it. This is the creepy thing. When you're reading it, it's literally giving the chills in the back of your neck because it's spooky, because it never found the guy. And this actually happened in history. So that's why I gave you the willies. This book did that to me. So that's good. If I can really enjoy it and it's good, this was good. So Sticky Goose, thank you so much for that. I just want to say much love. Thank you. So yeah, again, another comic history. I love it. Stuff like that, I just eat up, because a lot of people tend to forget that. You know what I mean? But thanks to you again, John, because you're my LCS. So everybody doesn't know it yet. John is my LCS because I live out in the boondocks. So I don't have a comic book store next to me. So all my pre-orders and new stuff that I might be interested in, or he thinks I might be interested in, he lets me know, hey, G, you want this? Just like today. You missed the CL or whatever, the pre-orders for the Pops. There's a new horror line coming out. I want you to tell people about that. So, but first, big shout out to you. I ordered the third trade from you. So I'm waiting for that. I got kind of late in on this, but the original Nightmare blog from Rodney Barnes, I really enjoyed. I'm enjoying that comic. The Rodney Barnes is an excellent writer. He actually did a HBO special on the basketball called Time Something, I think it's called. I should have the whole name down, and I don't have it in front of me right now, so I can't remember. Anyway.
You talking about the older title?
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
He's also done Philadelphia. So what I like to do is buy the trades of these books. If I like the first 5 books, then I'll start buying the comics that I like and just keeping my collection in pristine condition. And then I'll wait for a trade to come out and read the whole thing, read what I can get caught up on. So, 1, 2. So this goes from like 1 through 6, 6 through 10. And then right now, I think they're up to issue 20, I think, on this Philadelphia. This is a vampire story.
Yeah. 20, 21, 22, somewhere up
vampire
there.
Story. Loving it.
Vampire/werewolf story.
Yes, exactly. Loving this. And I ordered the third one from you, so I'm waiting for that. On that side note, Rodney Barnes' work on the Nightmare blog, which is his other work that I really enjoyed. I got this in the mail the other day, and this was from Image Comics, and this is Rabbit Comics Edition A. This is actually some art, and the story is done by Rodney Barnes from the Nightmare blog. One of the covers that they did, this is a sketch cover from Goya. I want to show you this. I love this work. And this is a blank cover with the Nightmare blog comic underneath it, but well done. But he sent me this, and I did get a CGC 9.6 on the same book. Beautiful. Love this work. That's the back of the book. There's one of the image of the 5 covers that they had, but I'm loving this story. This is so good. Yeah, right up the G-Man's alley. Sorry. I'm kind of going on a ramble. Trying to stay in check. Sorry, John. You say, hey, squirrel, if I'm going too far. A lot to say. It's been a while. Sorry.
It has. I mean, we've I mean, we've been going for a little while now, but yeah, I mean, we've been off for a month, so
Yeah, I did. I did say, let me correct that. I think William is asking me a question. Rabbit Comics Edition. Yes. It was edition A. Rodney Barnes story, Jason Sean Alexander art, and Ivan Tao cover. That's what this is. And you can see that on the top. Yeah, that's what that was. Yep. But love us. So I've been getting a lot of that work and collecting a lot of those newer books on that particular. That's what I really like, that genre. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it really is irrelevant, but people make a big deal whether it's a black writer or black artist or whatever. It shouldn't matter. But he's freaking awesome. The guy is awesome. Rodney Barnes is awesome. And I love that story. So far, so good. And I'm loving the Philadelphia. So I'm glad I jumped on that when I did. Period. Yep. Thank you. Thanks to you. A
little late on Philadelphia, but
a little bit, but I'm okay
with it. On that in the beginning, but
no, I didn't. But I'm enjoying it big time. Right. I really like it. And I know Nightmare Blog is still going. I think it's still going. So yeah.
Well, and awesome. just so I don't forget to remind you, we looked at the monthly a couple days ago.
Yeah.
There is a lot of H.P. Lovecraft books on there.
Seen that. I have looked.
Okay.
I'm a little bit taken back because there's been a couple of them there that I've ordered from you. It's not your fault because you don't know, but I've ordered a few of them and expected more stories, and all I got was pictures or art, or they were like, and sometimes they don't really specify that's what's in the book, unless it's a story. Because I want to see the story with some decent art, so I've been kind of like pulled back a little bit on it.
Right, because I know you got Dagon.
Yeah, and it was okay. I mean, I know the story.
That was the one with the FBI agents and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I flipped through and read some of that one before I sent it to you, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? The guy had, yeah. But see, that's all like all our famous scientists and history people, presidents and politicians and all that stuff. It's never forget. I mean, if you look at some of our classic movies we watch, look at one of our favorites, not Lord of the Rings. That is a favorite story, but the movie needed some work. The Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
As an example, during the war, that was during the war with the Nazis, and that whole thing about the Ark and the historical significance behind all of those stories. That's fun. And they threw it into that adventure story. And how did it go, John? You actually said it as well. In the order that you should be watching Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, you should watch the second one first. That's the prequel. So
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Yep.
Is the prequel. So that is actually the first movie if you're watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. Then go watch Raiders of the Lost Ark and then watch Last Crusade.
But just an example, that little tiptoe around historical things that have happened. I've always said this, and it's like, look at like the last couple of books, a few books that I showed and talked about. Do we have more comments in the section? Just say, hey, squirrel, bud, squirrel. There we go. sorry, gentlemen. Yeah, Temple of Doom, Raiders. Yep. There you go, bud. But I've always said this, and one of my favorite movies in the last 10 years was Mr. Glass. I think it was Mr. Glass and the whole
Unbreakable.
Thank you very much. I love the dialogue in that movie so much because it's got little pieces of truth in it. Am I losing you? Sorry. Sorry. I'm just explaining something. In that movie, in general, Mr. Glass, the villain in it, talks about history and talks about this kind of thing that we love. Comic books, collecting, pop culture, this kind of thing. And our movies and the stuff that we grew up with when we were kids. there's always a little, just like when you read history books,
a little
and
bit of truth in everything, or
little bit of truth in everything, just like fairy tales. If you look up actual fairy tales, like Humpty Dumpty, or no, what? Three
Hansel
Little
and
Pigs,
Gretel, any kind
Hansel
of,
and Gretel, all those, if you read those originals, they were dark. They were not all cutesy
yeah,
putesy.
they weren't the we're going to put your kids to sleep with these things.
Exactly.
We're
They
going to keep
scared
your
the
kids
crap
awake
out of
with
you.
these things. So
Those
the
were
Pied
stories.
Piper is not a nice, friendly story.
No, it's not.
And actually, I'd like to pose it, since I just said Pied Piper. I want to pose this question to you: who is the villain in the Pied Piper? In the story of the Pied Piper, who is the villain? Who is really at fault?
The people.
Yes and no.
Okay.
So the Pied Piper came in and was hired by the mayor or the
Yep.
government of the town
Exactly.
to rid the rats.
Yep.
Did the job, and then the government says, "No,
Yep.
we're not going to pay you."
Yep.
And so he took the kids, and the kids never came back. So they villainized the Pied Piper, but it was the mayor's
So
doing.
this same conversation. This is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. See, this is the geek stuff I love. Think about it for a moment. Now, VV and I,
Uh-huh.
Vigilante from across the pond,
Mhm.
good friend, we've had this conversation about the Star Wars trilogies. Okay.
Right.
And when you look
And now
at
the
it,
rebels are really the bad guys.
yep, the rebels are the bad guys, and the Empire is just, they're showing you all the dark
They're
side on the
keeping the
outside.
Empire keeps order,
Yeah.
and everything was in order
Yep.
until these rebels came along.
Uh-huh. It's interesting thought when you think about it. It's just, and people don't see it that way. You
It
know,
just
it's
depends
good,
on which perspective you want to look at.
but if you look at it as a logical thing, it's pretty logical.
So,
Yes, no.
was there? What did the Empire maintain order?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were planets fighting each other? When
Yeah.
a stormtrooper walked by, did the crime stop? I mean, I don't know why, because they couldn't hit anything if they tried.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah.
Right? But it's an interesting thought. And it's just something to think about. And a lot of people out there don't think about those things. You know, I know I'm a super, a nerd about it, but I just think I find it fascinating.
But no,
You know?
I think that is a super fun topic to talk about. With
Oh, yeah. Sorry, buddy. I just want kind of
did Palpatine really have the mindset of yeah, I'm going to be in charge, but I'm going to bring order to everything.
That was the intent. Yep.
Yeah,
and
he
you kind
was
of look
going
at
to be Lord Farquaad and make this perfect kingdom. And he would have got away with it if it wasn't for these kids and this pesky droid.
Oh my goodness. Did you okay, so what else did you get at the con? Sorry about that. I just think those are conversations we can, save for another time, but that's the stuff I find fascinating.
We picked up 3 books from Arthur Sutum's table.
Cool.
We had a couple of
okay, is it pronounced Sutum or Sudan? How do you pronounce it?
It's whichever way you choose to pronounce it, I guess, because I don't know, but it's Suydam. So it's either I would guess Sutum over Sudam.
Okay.
I was going into it thinking he was Oriental. He's not. He's not at all. I walked right by his table. I was like, well, that's not him.
What did he have at his table?
I mean, he had. We got the deceased, some deceased covers that he did.
Nice.
And they were absolutely gorgeous. But Zach had taken from the first Marvel Zombie series. We already had number 1 slabbed, so we didn't want to crack it.
Right.
So we just left it alone. So we took number 2 and number 3. And so he hands him number 2, and he starts to sign. He said, this was the only one that didn't have a single reprint to it. He said
Really?
this was the only print. He said because they didn't know how it was going to go, so they had a couple multiple covers of one, and two never got a reprint, and then everything else did.
Wow. Okay.
So he said, this is it. This is the only copy. This is the only print of this one. So I don't
Wow.
find many of these. But he had done a deceased of The Killing Joke, and it's almost like a skull taking a picture of the camera, and then there's blood dripping down the camera lens.
Yeah.
And he's looking. He's like, I really like this cover, and he turns it sideways, and he's got a red pen in his hand. I said, can you take that red pen and sign it sideways, continuing from the blood? He's like, I've never done that before.
Hey.
And he did it, and he's like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to have the only one with the signature going down the side of the page.
That's cool, dude. That's cool.
So yeah, it looked really neat.
Think about it. That's cool. Yeah.
So yeah, that was neat. He was really cool to talk to, and he was really neat. So I enjoyed meeting him. We met Bjorn Barnes. So you may not know the name, but you remember the Halloween Spawn cover?
Yeah.
With the trick-or-treaters?
Yeah.
And he does just about a Spawn cover every single time. That's Bjorn Barnes.
Okay.
And he's German, doesn't speak a lot of English, but really happy to sign anything for you. Really nice guy. And yeah, I mean, it was really cool to get him to sign something. This was the first day of the con, and so I'm getting stuff signed by him. I get to talking with people, blah 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 blah, and I walk away, and I go back over, and I'm getting CBCS, and we're going over to get something else signed. I reach down to grab my wallet, not there.
Oh my gosh!
And I immediately go into panic mode because I lost my wallet at a con.
No.
And I run straight back to his table, and this is a guy that can't speak English, and I'm like,
"What's his
wallet? I'm my wallet. I'm." He's like, "Oh, yeah." It's like, and so then he's at a table with a store.
Sure.
And I started talking to I'd already talked to a lot of the guys that worked back there, and they're like, oh yeah, one of the guys from the con came by and they saw it and they picked it up and it's in Lost and Found.
Thank goodness.
No. So I go up to Lost and Found and I talked to this lady there. I said, a wallet was dropped off to Lost and Found. No, it wasn't. I said, is it, can you describe it? And I described big brown billfold.
Yep.
No, wasn't dropped off. So I was just told that it was. Nope. Okay, so I go back down. Can we find this guy who had it? Blah, blah, blah. The con is closing. They've already announced that, this is over and done. And I got like less than half an hour. And they've got me running to all these different places. And finally they get hold of him through text. And he's like, it's at the Lost and Found. It's at the front booth. And I go up again and she's like, no, it's not here. You need to go down to this one. So I go down there and they're like, it's not here. You got to go back up there. So I was like,
oh my gosh.
Will you look in the box?
Yeah, exactly. Please.
And she's like, it's not. Oh, here it is. I was like,
wow. Wow.
I've just spent 45 minutes running all over.
Did you carry a wallet in your back pocket? Are you that old?
No, it's in my front pocket, but I had so much stuff going on.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
because I'm a front person
with moving books in and out of boxes and doing all this stuff.
I would have been sweating. You were sweating.
Oh man! Oh, you're not kidding.
That sucks.
I was like, I had my government ID in there. I had all that stuff in there. I was like, holy crap!
You got to work out. That's stupid. Come on. Wow. Okay.
But I don't carry cash, so that doesn't matter.
Where is it here? What do you say? Growing up watching cartoons. You're a weirdo. What?
He's saying Campbell's a weirdo because he watched cartoons, but Albright probably sits around watching
and
Blues
Jeff.
Now
I plan on coming down there next year. we're definitely coming down there. If it's the con, I don't know. If I go to the con, it's probably going to be on a Sunday. I want to get the deals, and I'm not going to be really going to the con. I'd rather see all your guys' honey holes and meet all you guys down there. There's a lot of people I like to meet down there. So yeah, definitely. What did he say? Don't lose your wallet around me. I won't give it back. And you will, William.
I don't carry cash ever. If I do pull cash out, she'll go, "Where'd that come from?"
Yeah. Especially if you're going to spend a lot of money on a book. Yeah. Say, whew. How were the prices? I'm just curious. I hear fluctuating reports. I always like to hear that.
There was deals to be found. You just had to look for them. Mystery boxes were good.
So mystery boxes were a pretty big thing down there, really?
There was a lot of mystery boxes. Wow. Whatnot had a big booth set up, and you could get one of these out of their machine, like a little Whatnot can. And then inside there might be a pog that has like a go to the booth and get it, but most of them had a pin. So,
okay.
So that's we ended up with 3 of these because you get one out of a soda machine.
Sure.
And then they had a claw machine. So they had
Jeff was saying that,
and it'll pick you up and put you over. So Zach did that, and I did that, and I tell you what, that was different. Can't say I really enjoyed that. But,
Jeff was saying there,
hard to breathe.
The prices were okay. They weren't too crazy.
Do what?
Jeff was just saying there that the prices weren't too crazy. You said they were okay.
Yes. Some of the shops had really good stuff, but then they really knew they had really good stuff and they really charged for it. I mean, but booths cost money, so you got to make your money back on them. So you got to make sure you cover that first.
Right.
I didn't win crap. I got a box out of the pit. There was one box down in there, and they blindfold you. So I managed to grab the box and pulled it out, and inside that box was a can with a pin in it. So
yeah, there you got the answer right there, Bat Signal.
Yeah. So no, I didn't get it. Zach won a pop. He got a Deadpool pop.
Cool.
So that's what Zach pulled out of his bag. But the box was all smashed up because people were hitting the boxes and all that kind of stuff. So
right.
Yeah, I tried to grab a box because I thought it was better than a bag, and it wasn't. It was.
Give me 1 second, John. If you got some of the things you want to talk about or show, please do it right now. I have to step up for 1 second, bud.
Okay. Well, what do I want to talk about and what do I want to show? I don't have much up here, but Clara did send me. I had done some stuff for Clara Meath, so she did send me some stuff that she had done and had signed it. So in the past, she had done an Alien, and I'm an Alien fan, so she sent me that one. If you liked, now I drew a blank. Old TV show, and I know you're going to type it in the chat, and you're going to remember
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. There you go.
That's cool. Where'd you get that, bud?
Claire sent these to me.
Are you kidding me? That is really cool. That was a great episode too.
And she had done this one.
Wow. I'm jealous now. What?
Well, I done a little extra thing for her at one time, and she gave me those, and then she gave me these two.
Oh, nice, Doctor. No, that's from Mystery Science Theater 2000.
Mystery Science Theater. Wasn't That was what, Tom Servo
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
and Crowley.
Oh, wait, cool, dude. That's cool. I'm
I'm not sure who that is.
not
Maybe it's
sure.
her. I don't know. Little Maleficent.
That's pretty cool.
Star Trek Doctor.
Nice. Crusher.
Crusher. Yeah, there you
My
go.
favorite redhead from Star Trek.
Little Yoda.
Nice.
And the last one.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So she did all those, huh?
Yeah. So those were just prints that she had and sent those to me. I had done something for her, and she's like, do you want me to pay you? I was like, no, just send me some artwork or something.
That's perfect. Love it.
So,
love it. Love it.
Yeah, I remember seeing them, Jeff. There was a cosplay of Twilight Zone down there, and it was that one. It was the real messed up looking faces and stuff, and they were all dressed in black and white.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Hialeah saw him. He's like, I gotta get my picture taken with him.
Yeah, that's neat. Heck yeah, that was a great episode. Remember that when they put the mask on?
It's been a long time, man.
Put the mask on, and that's a good story. Twilight Zone was a classic.
But yeah, that is pretty much tales from that con. So
yeah, I would spend. I know I would spend too much money there. Here's an example. So, be getting some older issues of House of Secrets. Finally completing some of my runs, getting closer and closer. Here's one from 1959.
Nice.
That was issue 17. Issue 71. We're going to jump up to about 1965. This one's House of Mysteries. This is another one I like. This is from 1960 95, issue 95.
Very cool.
And 110, 1961. There, we got to show some comic books. 103, 1960. House of Mystery. I love these classic. And this is another one of the same cover. I think it was Calypso. Calypso is in this. So very, very cool. There we go. John needs a wallet with a chain.
Zach and I didn't. We didn't tell Jill that I lost my wallet at the con. Birthday, we're like, we'll never hear the end of it the whole weekend. It would always be, do you have your wallet on you? Do you have your wallet on you? Do you have your wallet on you?
Jill went
down.
down.
I thought about that once I got it. I was like, man, I wish I had a chain.
Yeah, Honey went with you, right? Jill went with you, right?
She went, but she only. So we paid for the 1 day pass for Thursday, and Zach and I had already gone in, and we're like, yeah, she's not going to be Jill on this. No. So she came in, and we basically did a walkthrough. We walked through the photo area where and so you had the Karate Kid and Johnny Lawrence,
right.
They were over there already doing photos, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah, and then we walked through the rest, and she's like, what is all this? I was like, I don't know. So I can't explain everything else here. So she's like, what's all this have to do with comics? And absolutely nothing.
Yes, we will. Yes, we're going to be getting her back on the show. Absolutely. Because I want to pick her ear for a little bit. I think she's
she's already she asked me when we're going to have her on, so I just got to get with her.
You guys, just so you go, John, in the links down below, I think on our show right here, I have that link that you did with Claire's interview.
Oh, okay,
that's down below, so I put it on the top of the list. Just look on the links down below, guys, and it's all right there. You can actually see that.
Yeah, so that was my first interview with her. Yep. That was myself and Firehawk.
Yep.
And it was really great. That's when she was first doing her Kickstarter.
Yep.
And
you can see who she is. She awesome.
Wouldn't tell us nothing about that book that wasn't on the Kickstarter. So it was really cool to get the book, to read it, and then go, oh wow, this is really good. It's a really good story. So, and it's not like a quick read either. It's got some bulk to it, and it's on really good paper.
Good
It's
paper, good quality paper.
blue
It's in black and
bound.
white, but I'm going to tell you something. Her artwork in black and white, I thought was phenomenal. I loved her. I can see why it took so long, because I was wondering, I'm like, boy, I wonder if we're ever going to get this book, because it was delayed. She's been a very busy lady. She's been doing cons as well. So, I mean, I salute her big time.
Now, I will say that if you are in the mid East Coast kind of area, you've heard me mention Heroes Con. Heroes Con has exploded this year. So there's 2 Comic Cons on the East Coast.
Wow.
By Comic Cons, I mean these are cons that are devoted to comics and not pop culture and everything else.
Yeah, all of the. Yeah.
If you go to Heroes Online, which is the comic store down there, which is Heroes Aren't Hard to Find, but look up Heroes Con 2022. There is over 120 artists, comic artists, that are going to be at Heroes Con. Now, I'm not telling you to go, because if you go, that makes my line longer. But if you, I'm just letting you know it's there.
But you know what, though? It's a great way to meet new artists and actually personally meet them, especially if you like their work or they're just coming out of the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a perfect place to start.
Well, there's when Zach and I were first looking at the list a few months ago, there was about 30 names on it. And they updated that list a couple weeks ago, and it is huge. This whole convention is going to be full of comic artists. Now, when I was down there 2 years ago, and that's where we saw, let me get one.
And I'm going to say it now. We lost John. There he is.
No, I'm right here. And this is where we had, where we saw Tim Vigil.
Yeah.
And, so this is where we saw Tim Vigil, and he did 3 sketches for us. Now, these are
wow! I did not know he even did that.
He did this one. He did a Supergirl and a Batman Who Laughs. So I wanted a Betty Page as a Rocketeer, because I'm a Betty Page fan and a Rocketeer fan. These were $60 a piece.
Wow!
For full sketches at a con.
Okay, so I like him. I like his attitude. He's very like, fuck you. He doesn't give a shit. Did you get to talk to him? That's what I like about him, because he's very like punk rock in a way, or thinking. He doesn't give a crap about, if you don't like his art, you don't like his art. But he actually says his opinion. It's the way he's always been. But how was he? Did you get to talk to him?
Oh yeah. We sat there and talked to him, and when we said, we want a Supergirl done, he says, so do you want it the way I draw it, or do you want to be able to take it home?
Because everybody knows.
He's like, do you want me to draw Supergirl, or do you want to be able to take it home to your wife?
Exactly.
I need to be able to take it home. So
take it home. Yeah, exactly.
So like the shirt comes up like right here.
Yeah.
and I think Zach was 14 or 13. Yeah. He's probably thinking, nah, let him go.
Yeah.
Let the man run free, Dad.
Yeah. He's a great artist, and I just like I've always liked his classic works of Faust and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent work. It's a little hardcore. It's a little bloody.
Faust is very hardcore.
Yeah, very hardcore.
Especially for the early,
yeah.
I'm not going to say there wasn't hardcore stuff before the 80s, but
right.
I mean, that one bumped it up a little bit of a level.
He did. He bumped it up, but his artwork was fantastic. His art, wow. You did a really good job. Let me see. Caught up with the chat here. My signal popped up.
Vigil, Jeff, I don't see Tim Vigil coming back to this one. I wish he was.
Bet he'd do a good one too, a Vampirella. Oof.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
No, he would.
I had texted him or talked to him after the con, and he said if you mail him something and he does it at home, it's like $100. But if he does it at a con, it's Yeah,
Yep.
he had a sheet there, and he said, "Look, if you're on this sheet before it fills up, I'll have it done by Sunday."
So Jeff, you're telling me that Sarah, are we talking about Sarah Frazetta?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
House of Secrets? That's interesting. Very cool, because I love that series. Wow. Okay.
And even though Vigil's not going to be here, another
Yep.
cool thing about him is we had all these Faust and everything there for him to sign.
Yeah.
You know how much he charged for signatures? This much.
See.
But you know what? We were so stoked that we got these, we completely forgot to get any of that stuff signed.
That usually happens.
We were driving back. We're like, we didn't get any of those things signed by Vigil. Not a single book.
Squirrel. See, you did a squirrel. You're doing a G-Man thing. That's hilarious.
I was like, son of a gun. We had them with us. They were like right there.
Wow. That's cool. Because you were all starstruck. You were excited to see him. Actually,
Oh yeah, it was awesome. So,
yeah, that's fun. That's fun. And they love it too when you're really into it because they understand.
you could tell that he had been an artist for a long time because I mean the arthritis in the hands.
Yeah, you can see it. It's just like what is it, Frank Miller? Like Frank Miller. You can see how Frank Miller's work is kind of like progressed a little bit differently as he's gotten older. So I mean the same thing. I mean that's what happens when you get old. Come on. But we will never forget him as fans, that's for sure. Yeah. You're busy looking. Do you want to remember
now, that was 2 years ago. I still had it on me then. So yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming up at Heroes, and yeah, we're looking forward to that one. Zex.
When is that?
June 24 to 26.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
It's less than a month away.
Yeah,
and we're going to go down. We're going to leave here Friday morning, get there when it opens on Friday, and then leave Saturday when it ends. We're about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from there.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, you're getting a lot of stuff signed.
2.5 hours. Maybe. Yeah, but not a whole lot of stuff graded this time around. Yeah. So we're just going to get some. We're going to get some Scotty Young stuff graded.
Right.
Because he doesn't do very many shows.
Right.
So, when we're able to see him, we're going to get some Scotty Young stuff graded. I might even get some of Albright's Scotty Young stuff graded if he's not such an Albright. So, but he's got to be really nice.
What? Look at this. I love it. Someone's been talking to the family. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, I told Albright I told him I'd get some stuff signed for him. So
very cool. So let's see here. How was the claim sale on Saturday?
It went well. I mean, it went long. It was about 5.5 hours. So
wow.
I don't think we finished up till like 10:30.
What was your biggest sale?
I don't know if he's still in here. Oh, Bat Signal, or if he's still in here. Yeah, but it was a con exclusive from Mega, and it was a foil Batman 423. Is it 423? You know, the McFarlane Batman cape.
Yep.
That one.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I bought everything he said.
I bought everything. But yeah, that book sold out on the first day when we were there. Yep. And Zach and I kept one to bring back here, and the rest of them went to get graded.
Right.
And it's absolutely gorgeous.
Nice.
It's a gorgeous cover.
All right. So we will be doing, we'll do the Next Generation X-Men. I think I should put that out there. My granddaughter's birthday is next week, and then I gotta go.
So we'll skip that one. We'll go to the next one.
I have to do a wedding. I actually have been I had to do a wedding for somebody.
Like you gotta like marry him?
I asked, yes, I've been asked.
Is that gonna hold up?
What do you mean is it going to hold up? Listen to you. That's up to them. That's up to Rick and Edith. So Rick and Edith, if you're watching this, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. See what happens. And that's going to be in the next weekend. So it's going to be 2 weeks out yet. Well, our next show will hold on. We'll be on the 12th. We'll do a show on the 12th, the next show.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it on the 12th. And
yep, that's when we'll be back on.
Well, I'll check and I'll see if Claire wants to do it on the 12th. And,
yeah, that would be excellent.
Yeah, maybe we can be able to just have her on that day.
Yeah. We need there's going to be a couple of guests we're looking at. Isn't there let me think.
There's her and
we got Cookie.
We got the email out for Sarah Frazetta.
Yep.
We got the other couple that we're emailing back and forth with now.
And I want to say something too, if they catch us on the rewind. Downright Nerdy Podcast, Michael and Riley, congratulations. They're going to have a baby girl. They got married not too long ago, and now they're going to have a baby girl. So big congratulations, you guys.
Okay.
What? A boy? Who said it was a boy? I think it's a girl.
That's you're behind.
Am I?
That's been there for a while.
Oh, sorry, guys. What was it? I figured Bynes. Oh my goodness. There he goes. All right, John. Buddy, what you got coming up? What you doing? Anything?
Well, I don't have a whole lot coming up except for doing the con on the 24 to 26. Zach and I are actually going to do a small mini con here in Wake Forest, North Carolina, end of August. So we're actually going to set up for that one and everything. We did a few years ago, and it was the only one we've ever done, but the local store owner is pretty cool, and so we're going to set up a couple tables there. We still do pre-orders at 25% off. So if you don't have a store close to you, or you just say, hey, it's a recession and I want to save a little bit of money, hit me up. Let me know. Then we'll build a box so where you're not shipping 2 and 3 books at a time, and we'll help you out any way we can. And that's all I got. That's all I got to say about that.
This was fun, John.
It's always fun. It's just like we're talking on the phone, only there's
of course. We hope you guys enjoy it.
We got eavesdroppers as we're talking.
Some awesome people in the community. Seriously, man. Anybody catches on the rewind? Yeah, please share, hit the share button, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. Please, we'd appreciate it.
I still think we ought to call this like grumpy old men or something.
No, grumpy old man. I'm not grumpy. Am I grumpy?
Let me just change the topic a little bit. You'll get grumpy quick.
No, yeah. Well, I have to big shout out too for Cookie. Cookie got me. It took this old man to figure out that I needed to watch some of the cartoons of the Star Wars trilogies.
Oh yeah, the Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars. Wow. Now, I've talked to younger generation people about the people that are 10, 15 years younger than me that have watched this cartoon. And they said there's so much backstory on that. It is unreal. And artist subjective, animation subjective. I liking it. I'm enjoying it. But one thing that's really cool, John, and I think a lot of people have missed it. I have been writing down every episode. Okay. This is how geeky I am. I've been writing down every episode with the title. And if you ever watch Attack of the Clones, the Star Wars animation, all the episodes are on there on Disney Plus. What's cool is there's a quotation, there's a quote, either of what the story or that episode's going to be about, but it only shows on the screen for about 6 seconds or less. And then it takes it down and it starts the show. And you hear the same narrator talking about what the last episode and what's going on in this episode.
Last time on.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a radio announcer, a really cool radio announcer.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice.
But what's interesting, John, as older guys, if you go back, they're literally teaching something in the beginning if you're paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I will guarantee a lot of people missed that. Only the true diehard fans caught it.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Yes. It's so good. I have to say, Cookie. Oh, there's Cookie. Hold on. Wait. There's
just a little podcast. Hey,
buddy.
y'all.
Big thank you to you. Yeah. You guys look like you had a blast. Sorry. Big hug. I'm enjoying that series. Thanks, Manny. Where's the cartoon? Double negative. Thanks, Will. Gee whiz, really? Not all the time. I'm gonna tell you something. That signal, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. If you are like a science fiction buff, especially like animation, this is what I watched recently.
And
I just brain farted. It was called God Robots. Oh, it's on Netflix. I just brain farted. Totally forgot about it. It's a good animation, but that signal, just as an example, if you watched, I keep saying that. Tell me to stop saying that, John.
Stop saying that.
Yeah. Are you a Blade Runner fan? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, okay. I know where he's going now.
Yep. Are you a Blade Runner fan? Bad signal. Seriously, do me a favor. I think it's HBO Max.
Isn't it?
It's HBO Max.
Yeah.
There is a
Blade Runner.
How many episodes was it? I can't remember now. Forgetting.
I wasn't able to watch it yet.
9 episodes. It's called Blade Runner Black Lotus. It's an updated version of Blade Runner with a little bit of a different, the same story we all grew up with, that we know, that we've seen in the movies, all that kind of stuff. So well done. Check it out and tell me if you think that sucks.
Bat signal, since I know that you like Batman and DC.
Yeah.
Now the DC animated stuff, the animated movies are terrific. So there is so much stuff they can do in those animated films, especially go back and watch The Killing Joke. That one is great. So
okay. Gotcha.
Marvin the Martian.
Wow.
I shall take over the earth.
Anyway, okay. So I think this is the end of the show. We've gone on for an
Gotham
hour.
by Gaslight is also good. Yes.
Yes. I've been
Gotham
enjoying
by Gaslight was the first was it Evermore? What's the DC the Elseworld title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotham by Gaslight was the first Elseworld title. And I remember when that one came out, and my friends and I were grabbing that one up because we're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And it was a great read. But, I mean, we weren't collecting then. We were just reading the crap out of them. So.
Right. Okay. So I guess we should call it. It's hour and a half.
It's only been an hour and a half, so.
But it's been fun. It's been fun. Dude, thanks. It was great. Come on, you got to have a blast.
Oh, yeah. We'll have a good time. It's been a month, so we had plenty to catch up on.
I've been noticing, I there's a lot more we could talk about. This could go on for another hour. All right. So hit the like, guys. Subscribe. Share us out, please, with the community. Let people know who we are. We really both appreciate it. Us have a blast doing this. John, you're awesome as always.
Hey, you too.
Love you, buddy. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Peace.
Well, yeah. See you later.
Peace, guys.